What is a non-compete agreement?
A non-compete agreement is a contractual agreement that an employer usually has a new employee sign or at some point during their employment, which relates to what that employee is going to do after their employment. It usually is a matter of restricting that employee from going in some sort of competition with the employer for a certain period of time. Usually, an employment agreement will consist of a non-solicitation portion, which restricts the employee from soliciting certain customers that maybe that employee worked with or talked to or contacted on behalf of the previous employer. It can relate to general non-competition, which prevents that employee from working in that specific field, and it usually is limited to a certain amount of time. In Florida, generally non-compete agreements, we see them usually with sales representatives for companies who sell certain products on behalf of the company, and they're usually limited to about 2 years. There's usually a geographic limitation as well to an employment agreement, which restricts that employee from, let's say, soliciting customers or competing within 25 miles or any specific location, territory that employer happens to put in the agreement. It can be 25 miles, 50 miles, it just depends. But basically, it is just a covenant for that employee not to compete after they leave the employment with a specific employer.